Welcome to the Ski and Sugar Show. I'm your boy Ski.
And I'm Sugar.
We got the tea. We got the tea. Sometimes it's going to be sweet. Sometimes it's going to be salty. It all depends what's in the tea. We discussing a array of topics here stemming from such things as politics, sports, music, and many, many more. But the main thing we love to discuss here is hot topics. Now, for that, I'm going to turn to my partner, Sugar. What you want to talk about, baby?
Well, today we're going to be talking about Jay-Z, but before we do Jay-Z and Diddy, we left off with Jay-Z. We on part 2 of Jay, and we're going to be going into Diddy because of course it's always dripping and dropping over there. But before we do that,
Whole lot of
please,
popping.
of course, all the time. So please hit the like button on your way in or on the way out. Please share this video so our content get out there to others who may not know this information that we're about to provide. Also hit the notification button so you won't miss any videos that we upload or go live on. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok.
TikTok.
TikTok. Okay. And having said that, everything here is in our opinion and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Now, let's get started. We're going to start with Jay-Z, and I guess I'll just go ahead and kick it off. What you think about that, Ski?
Do the damn thing. I want to talk. I got a lot to talk about, but I'm going to let you start it off. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. Well, now, listen. In this particular I'm gonna have to read my notes because it's a lot of notes, but because I want to give you all the details because I'm a detailed person, so I don't have time to not to leave stuff out. So I have my notes very precise to the what I want to say. Okay, and in this particular part for Jay-Z, I want to say listen to the first sentence and then or first a second sentence and then connect it to the last sentence and then I'll put it together at the end. So I'm gonna read my notes and then I'm gonna come back and give my commentary on my notes. So let's get started.
Let's go.
All right. So it's been said, some people have said that they think Jay-Z funded R. Kelly the surviving R. Kelly documentary. R. Kelly stated this in an interview during the best of doing the best of both worlds tour. Jay-Z and doing the best of both world tour, Jay-Z became very envious of him because he was getting paid more than him because R. Kelly was like the headliner. And so Jay-Z didn't like that. So he became envious. So then Jay-Z would have people deliberately, he said, causing issues with his sound, with his lighting, etc. He also said that he received death threats. Kelly said one night someone in the crowd pulled the pow pow out on him. And y'all gotta put that, on YouTube. We can't say certain things. So pow pow, if you guys don't know, that's what I have to say instead of the regular name to it because the channel could get shut down. So I have to say that just for those who don't know. Okay, so Kelly said, so he said one night somebody they put the gun on him and then I said it. Oh my gosh. So they did that. And he was pulled off stage. Security cleared him to come back on the stage, but while returning to the stage, Jay-Z friend Tyron Smith maced him. While Kelly was treated at the hospital and released. After that, the incident at Madison Square Garden took place. and that's when the promoters Atlanta Worldwide Touring fired R. Kelly. That was at the Madison Square Garden doing that tour. Okay, now at this time they was in between a 40 city tour when this happened. So R. Kelly sued Jay-Z for $75 million, and Jay-Z, being Jay-Z, turned around and countersued him. But Jay-Z, he didn't win. He didn't win, and R. Kelly won for undisclosed amount. So I don't have the number, that he won, whatever he won in that lawsuit. Now, I find it ironic, and here's the part that's going to connect to the beginning. I find it ironic that this lady named Drianna, I want to say her name is Drianna. I could be saying it wrong, but I'm going to say Drianna Hampton, who is the executive producer of Surviving R. Kelly, okay, documentary, is good friends with Jay-Z. They are very good friends. So I'm gonna go back to my beginning sentence.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Right. My beginning sentence, I told you it would connect. It was, some people think Jay-Z funded R. Kelly Surviving documentary. Let's go back to the end that I told you it would connect.
I did hear that.
Right. That I find it ironic that this lady, now I'm going to tell you because I researched it and you can look it up. It's a picture. I saw a picture myself of her and Jay-Z together. I don't know if he had his arm around him or she had his arm around. No, they together and they are very good friends. And she's the executive producer of Surviving R. Kelly documentary. Now, I'm just saying that's ironic. Oh, and by the way, when he got, I forgot a part. When R. Kelly was fired at Madison Square Garden that night, Jay-Z went out on the stage and hyped up that crowd in Madison Square Garden and said, "One monkey don't stop no show." That's what he said. So this is going into the mindset again of this man. These things have been, I don't know, going on. Things. I'm gonna say things, different things.
All right. Let's pop it off. Now, let's and remind you, I was a fan of Jay, but when Bull, totes his horns, you got to recognize it for what it is. Now, let's pay attention to Jay's past. Jay's past is people that he feels cross him. You could be my man today, but you nothing tomorrow if I feel you cross. You understand? Now
he very petty.
Anybody could Google, how him and R was. It wasn't until the things that R was convicted of, so I don't have to say alleged because he was convicted of it. Jay was his pal. He stood by him through the whole, marriage thing with Aaliyah. That wasn't too, how can I say, that wasn't too trivial for him. He stuck there. It wasn't until the whole documentary thing, not even the documentary prior to that, the heat of it.
The both of the world thing.
The best of both worlds. But think about the Best of Both Worlds tour. That's when the allegations started rising. That's why he pulled out of that tour. He didn't just do that for nothing.
Oh yeah, I know. He was just trying to save his own face, even though he was complicit, allegedly, with his
Absolutely.
with the crimes alleged. Well, not alleged, because R is spending time now for those crimes, but he was complicit allegedly because they were around each other in the studio so much. And I go back to say all of the people that was at our studio that did all those collaborations with him.
Now
Shame on
let's
y'all.
explain.
Ain't no way.
Let's
No, they didn't know what was going on.
Let's further explain how he was complicit. Why did he sit here and do the suckerish shoot there is under the sun? You know what I'm saying? With his partner, Dame, you know, when they both built Rockefeller, they both came from the ground and built that. And actually, Dame was the brains of it. But as braggadocious as Dame is, he gave the information to Jay. And Jay is a storer. He stores information. You know what I'm saying? Until he got to use it. You know? Now, back to why I said all this is because what happened? He had a thing for Aaliyah. You know, same person we just spoke on about being too young for R. Kelly. Jay-Z had a thing for. Dame had a thing for. Aaliyah chose to go with Dame. And all them years that they built Rockefeller and went through the grind, now you my enemy over this young girl.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So that tells you, you know, in my book, he's a foul guy because she wasn't neither one of y'all girl. He happened to win out, but it ain't like he took your baby mama. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a code in the streets I came from. Baby mothers was off limits, and your main chick was off limits. If you my man. She wasn't neither one of those. You know what I'm saying? Now, we could further.
All right, now, we could say also that, again, just to follow up on that, is that when Aaliyah video was supposed to be filmed in Florida, if I'm not mistaken, so in Miami, and all of a sudden at the last minute it was moved over where they went to Bahamas. I think they did that video where in the wherever, Bahamas or the Barbados, wherever they were. I think it was Bahamas. But my point is, at the last minute, that video was moved, and I'm saying, why would they? Usually that's done ahead of time, but they went over there. The thing is, Aaliyah left that she wasn't due to leave. She left because she got a call. Somebody called her and told her that Dame was in the hospital in LA. And that's why she was trying to get on a plane and leave. And oh my gosh, what's his name? He wanted to send his private jet. I can't think of his name right now. But he wanted to send his private jet, but they turned it down, ended up sending this small jet there to pick them up, which was too small for all the baggage. No, it's not L.A. Reid. I'm trying to think of his name. I can't think of his name right now. I'll be thinking while we're talking. If I come up with it, I'll come back with it. But they turned his private jet down, which would have been legit. He's a legit person. And sent this jet that was too small. Well, let's get to the call was fake. Okay, Dame was never in the hospital. So who made the call? Who called her allegedly and told her that? And why was this plane sent to her allegedly? No, we know the plane was sent. So
Well,
I'm just gonna say that. But
I wanna continue speaking on Jay character because you know what I'm saying. Like I said, you know, having paid attention and researched, you know, let's look at Kanye. You
mm-hmm.
know, Kanye, them two was after him and Dame, it was him and Kanye. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
How is it that you constantly do things that make people gotta get away from you? You know what I'm saying? Even though Rihanna is signed to your Rock Nation, do she be around you the way she used to? I haven't seen a
No.
Rihanna and Jay-Z like sighting in forever. I don't know if that's ASAP Rocky, you know, I don't know. But I'm just saying
They all
it's
still in that. They still in the
mysterious
same
that
thing.
that now you want to go or do because I'm about to get into some conspiracy things that's going to travel some realms. You know what I'm saying?
You,
Now, if you want to speak on something prior to that, I'm gonna give you the
you're
field.
gonna get a conspiracy on who, Jay?
Jay,
You're gonna get a conspiracy theory on Jay. Okay. Well, first, I want to say this because I wonder if anybody knew about this information. We was talking about Damon Dash, right? So I want to read this. Damon Dash, he was sued by a movie producer by the name of Josh Weber and Muddy Waters for defamation and copyright right infringement over this 2016 movie called Dear Frank. Okay, and the lawsuit was filed in 2019, and Mr. Dash was set to direct the movie in 2016, but was fired allegedly by Weber in 2018 for coming to the set high. Now, so in other words, he was hired as the director on the film, directed the film from 2016 to that 2018, but then allegedly was fired because he came on the set, they saying hi. Okay, then what Mr. Dash did, he decided allegedly to show the movie and promote it to, social media, to BET under the movie title of The List. Now The List was the original name to the picture, the movie Dear Frank. That was the original name, The List. So he decided to call it The List and try to remarket basically the same movie and promote it. And that's why he was sued. And so the judge the ruling came down a couple of weeks ago, and the judge ruled. Now, he ruled that Mr. Dash has to relinquish 1/3 of his ownership of Rockefeller LLC. Now, Rockefeller LLC is not Rockefeller Records. So those are two different entities. So don't get it twisted. Rockefeller LLC, he had 1/3 ownership in that company. So it was him, Jay, and another partner in that LLC, Rockefeller. He has to relinquish now his ownership of that, his shares basically, of Rockefeller because the judge is basically calling it his personal property, and that therefore it can be seized to satisfy the judgment to Josh Weber. So he has to, and that's like an immediate thing. And I think that was one thing he was holding on to in his pocket far as money, because he have them shares. You got money, I know about them shares. So anyway, what I'm saying is, hold them motherfucker. Woo. Anyway, I know that gotta be hurtful to him. That gotta be very hurtful. That he's gonna have to get rid of that because I don't know Dame to have a lot of money at this point, you know. And he opened up, had different. I think he have a film company or a movie company or something like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know any movies he made. I don't know if he did. So let me just say that. But I don't know of any he's made. And I don't know of any. So yes, he's been sued, and Josh Weber, the movie producer for Dear Frank, has won his lawsuit. The judge a couple of weeks ago made him Dame relinquish 1/3 on ownership of his shares. But here's the deal. Here go Jay. Well, Jay and the partner. So they tried to, before this lawsuit that was over, they tried to put a bylaw in the corporation. And if anybody don't know what a bylaw is basically you're entering information or a document into the corporation that wasn't there originally. Okay, everybody involved in that corporation, in that business, or in that contract, whichever way you want to put it, they all have to sign off on any new bylaw that enters into that contract or corporation. They have to sign off, everybody in there. So what they did was enter a bylaw while this was still in court. And I don't know why they did it. And basically the bylaw was anybody that has shares in this company cannot sell their shares without notifying the other shareholders. Okay, without them knowing and signing off on you selling your shares. But I don't know what they was thinking because they never got Dame's signature. He never signed off on the bylaw. So that meant the bylaw was voided. So they did I don't know what they was counting on, somebody not seeing the third signature, because he's a businessman. So when you're in business, you kind of know how this go. So I don't know if they was trying to slip it in and counting on somebody not seeing it, like what? You need 3 signatures, dude. You in business. That's how it works. 3 people got to sign off on it. If there's 3 people in this business, we all got to sign off on that bylaw that you getting ready to enter into our corporation, right? Which is the LLC. And so it was non and void because Dash name wasn't on it, which means the judgment stood. And if he want to, he could go, but he could bid on it and get the shares back. Him or his partner, they could actually bid to get the shares back, pay their own money to get it back. They can. If they want ownership of it, you can do that too. But Dame won't own it no more. And if not, they could bid, they could get, because Josh Weber is going to own it. That's what I'm trying to say. He's relinquishing his shares, or then Josh could take the shares and relinquish it to cash if he want, or he could have some bid off. If he don't even want to be involved with it, he could put a bid on it and bid off on that. And that's where, if he do that, then Jay and his partner, they can actually bid on them shares, that whatever he's offering them shares for. They just be buying back their own shares to the company. That's crazy, right? So that happened a couple of weeks ago. So I'm gonna throw it back to you.
Absolutely. Well, I wanna sit here and just show. I want to stay in that realm before I go somewhere else, because I'm gonna do both. As I spoke on the diabolical mind frame of Jay-Z, you had the R. Kelly situation, then then Dame, then both of those is like intertwined. And then let's say presently, who's his best friend? Who we spoke on last show, where they was able to call each other Sean. what he did with Diddy. You my best bud until hot water come. Then I
Oh.
gotta disvalue you. I disown you, whatever. I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? Like we never had history, nothing. You understand? Now, what he's failing to realize with the Diddy situation, it been water trickling about him for some time. Why is so much tea coming for him now? You understand? See, R. Kelly, we all know couldn't read and write. You know what I'm saying? So you could get away with that. You know what I'm saying? The Dame Dash situation that was back in the days, Dame was younger. You was able to manipulate him out of that. Puff is what? I believe a Howard graduate, ain't he?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So he ain't the dumb Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he is the dumb Diddy in a whole lot of ways, but that's the second part of this show.
And he didn't come from the city anyway. He's like from Mount Olive.
Mount Vernon.
Yeah. Mount Vernon, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But let's just say how he just claimed he wasn't coming, you know. What was that? The Grammys? I know we're a little late.
You mean that just went by?
Yeah. That he wasn't doing what they normally do on Grammy night, him and Beyonce and them.
Oh, they canceled the after party they normally have every Grammy night. They have a Grammy after party.
Right.
They canceled it because they didn't want nothing to do with them.
Right. But they claim it was for, hold up, Clive Davis event to support John Platt, a friend of theirs. Let me tell you something. That was receiving the same Lifetime Achievement Award that Jay was receiving the same exact night at the Grammys from Dr. Dre. Now, one thing I know, if I don't know anything else, I know black. I know street. He exposed his hand far as where he stand with Diddy now, because it's a sort of thing like, you think he didn't want to, you know, make a grand thing about him getting that award? He'd rather go support a friend. We all know how he feel about friends. We just spoke on that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a sort of thing like Jay. Let's get further into Jay. Let's say his young. Now he claimed to had got away from all because of all and the young girl stuff and all that. Jay has had one young girl obsession from day one. You know what I'm saying? Because as they going further and further, Beyonce was younger and younger. You understand what I'm saying? And let's say,
Beyonce wasn't. Foxy Brown was younger than Beyonce.
Hold up. I'm getting to all those. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, as the news is coming out about Jay, what I'm saying is, when he said he met Beyonce, is different things that's coming out that he met her younger and younger, is what I'm saying. You understand? Tierra Marie,
yeah.
Tierra.
Because you know it is a person by that name, so that's why I keep correcting you, because it is an actual person by the first name you called. Okay, so I don't want them to get it confused.
I appreciate that.
No worries.
Tierra. Yes. You know, he said that he released her, or at least he claimed he released her because of lack of record sales. That woman sold 69,000 in her first week, which is great, and was in the top 10, which is great for a new artist. Now, remind you.
Back in the 90s.
Absolutely.
Yeah, back in the 90s.
Remind you. Rihanna, a couple of weeks later, released her what am I saying?
Her debut album?
Her debut album that sold 69,000 also, but just fell short of Tierra Marie. But L.A. Reid said how Beyonce pretty much put shade, and anybody could Google this, put shade on Tierra Marie because of allegedly finding out about Jay-Z creeping with her. You know what I'm saying? So she was more like, that girl Rihanna, you know, yeah, she's good. So J-Ho lack of record sales documented that's false. And why you think somebody who was that good couldn't get another record deal? Blackball.
Blackball, absolutely. Like a lot of them, it's a bunch of them that's been blackballed, unfortunately. You know, it's in when you know when I think back on it, because I'm starting now to go back. I've been here and there going back to listen to the music from the 90s that I've, you know, jammed to, partied on, you know, shit, partied all night on it, you know, because, you know, you're not really paying it. I'm listening to the lyrics, at times sung the lyrics, but didn't really think of the details of the lyrics. And so as me being a grown woman at this point and hearing all these things that's going on, I had to go back myself and replay this music and hear the things that was coming out. I couldn't believe the things that was coming out of Foxy Brown mouth at 15 and 16 years old. That this man, Jay-Z, right, had her saying out her mouth at these age. She shouldn't even been saying that. And I'm thinking to myself,
hey, yo, Sugar or Everything I Love is a sort of thing like, you just said something that's a mouthful. I never recognized Foxy for her age because of what was coming out.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Neither did I. That's a great point.
You know, it's sickening when I think of, you know, I'm like, damn, this girl was 50. And I listened to the music and I'm like, when I went back, I said, dang, why is this girl even saying it? Why would this grown ass man have this young girl saying this out of her mouth? And I was just wondering, could I put the question on the table of, since you got two daughters right now, would you let them put that out of their damn mouth right now? Your daughters, would you allow them to rap it out of their mouth? Because you sure enough had somebody else's daughter doing it and you thought it was right. So would you think your two daughters would be right to do that? This stuff is crazy, yo.
Hold up. This Hollywood shit you never can say.
Holly weird. They Holly weird shit. And I'm a curse because we not even monetized yet. Holly weird. These motherfuckers are crazy. They are crazy. This is Holly weird. Ain't no Hollywood. It's weird. There's nobody normal in this equation. And this goes from the damn rap to the damn acting to the politicians to the sports. This is an all the way around arena with people with the money in Hollywood and the other places that they come in contact with people in other places that go to Hollywood or come in contact with them. It's insane the things that are going on, and they are going on. Okay, I'm getting passionate.
You had to tame it a little bit.
I had to remember we're not even monetized, so I could curse my ass off. We're not losing no money. Look, now I'm ready to really go to. I forgot about that this whole time. So listen, yeah, I get passionate, people, and yes, I will. I'm a cussing bug. Yeah, my mouth is like really is powerful, but it be real. It be real. Everything I'm saying, and I'm very passionate about things I believe in, and I do believe that this is sick. I believe it's some sick stuff going on. It's been going on. It's been going on for years. I lived in New York. Um, I remember stories and rumors and stuff in New York back in the day. I clubbed it up. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember no F off, so no, I didn't never hear about that. Yes, no, I didn't
You
hear
can't
no.
co-sign that one.
No, I don't want to even put the narrative out there about that shit because I don't know nothing about no damn F offs. I don't nope. Stop right there. I don't know. But the drugs, like that. The drugs, the sex, all of that. Yeah. I heard about it, but I'm young then. I'm young. I'm like 19, 20, you know. Yeah, I say 19, 20, even younger than that. But I want to say at the Roxy's, when I started hearing it, I'm like 17, 18 at that time. You know what I mean? But I'm not putting two and two together because I'm partying. I'm doing my own thing. I'm having fun. That's what I'm doing. But as a grown adult, we could all look back now. And if we listen to the music that was
Yeah,
coming out.
let me tell you something. I was a fan of hers. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, and I know I'm older than her, but I actually, from what she was spitting, I
Like
actually
it.
thought she was in my circle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I did too. I didn't know she was that young either. Don't feel bad about it. I didn't know. Like I said, we young. We're not researching no damn. First of all, we ain't even had to Google her, so we
Exactly.
wasn't Googling. We wasn't getting
Exactly.
on the Googler because we had to Google her. But
If,
even then, we wasn't thinking about all that. We was just listening to the music, dancing to it, singing and having a good time. That's what we were doing. No thought of ours, because we didn't put her in the position. But we could say now that when we go back as an adult, we could say, oh, yeah, well, that was foul. Dang, I didn't even recognize that she was that young singing those lyrics, rapping
mm-hmm,
those lyrics. You know what I mean? And who put her in
absolutely.
that position, right? For those lyrics to even come out her mouth. So, yeah, I hear you. Back at you, Steve.
Now we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from her. I want
I
to
do have
also
something
speak
else about
on,
Jay-Z.
because I'm putting, yeah, nah, I got more. I'm moving on from that, Foxy.
Okay.
Now I
Okay.
want to move on to you know, the young lady, not young now, but the young lady at the time, MIA, who was another artist under Jay Z. You
Mm-hmm.
know, who say that Jay helped the Brothman family, who she had I believe a son. Let's just stick with she had a child with Benjamin Brothman, you know, and they family is worth they net worth is 30 billion. You know what I'm saying? And they're known family is known for sex trafficking, money laundering, and coke. And Jay was affiliated with them. Probably still is. Who knows? But she's saying how I can't say alleged because, like I said, go to Google her. She's saying this, that he helped them take her baby. And once, she was stranded in New York and tried to reach out to anybody on Jay immediate circle, Jay had blocked her and basically just disowned her. This pattern that I'm seeing from him, I don't like. I'm disgusted by. You understand what I'm saying? Is really sad. That's like when they sit here and say how him and Beyonce just got a contractual marriage. I can believe that. I believe it's all about a dollar with him. And if you threaten that dollar, you know what I'm saying?
He's not gonna let anybody mess up his brand. He'll do anything by any means necessary to protect his brand. And that's on period. He don't care who you are and whatever he have to do. It's just like I said, it's a him and the other Sean, they have things in common. It's just that one moves blatant in your face and the other one moves behind the scenes very smoothly. And that's the difference between the two Seans. But nevertheless, don't think the behavior is not different. Okay, so I'm gonna lay that right there. Okay, so because it is what it is, the behavior is there.
And we also want to go to a blast from the past and keep the young names going. Let's go. I'm gonna hit you with this. How about let's go with Charlie Baltimore. Now, we all, or let's use allege on this, that he was dating pretty much Charlie around the same time he was dating B. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't know this.
That's why she blackballed.
Exactly. A lot of people don't know this, but that stabbing in the club from back in the days, where he tried to say it was because a producer was, bootlegging his Carter 3, I think.
Oh, you talking about when he stabbed Lance Rivera? He stabbed him in his stomach because he said he thought, he didn't even know, just on a thought, he thought he was leaking. He leaked his third debut album. His name was Lance Rivera. That's his name. And he was a producer for Biggie. He was a producer and friends with Biggie.
Okay. Now, I appreciate the name drop. Now, it's been confirmed. Beyonce moms said that was because of Charlie Baltimore, as well as Cameron from Dipset backed that and said it was because Charlie moved on, because Charlie got tired of that second leg. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing the second. You know what I mean? If you gonna keep playing with that, hey, y'all do y'all. You know what I'm saying? And Jay don't like. He want to control everything.
That's why him and the other Sean are friends. That's what I'm saying. They both the same way. And he didn't like it. Go ahead.
So, on that aspect, you know, it's just another showing of his control, his controlling ways. You know, I mean, you got Emil Whitehead. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this dude just. How about now? I'm a. Let me see what you got on. Or how about Blue Contrail?
Blue Control, yeah, she was a part of the situation. She went away fast too.
I mean,
Blackball,
eight.
blackball, blackball. She was in that. She was in the lineup with the J. Blackball.
Nominated for 2 Grammys. You know what I'm saying? With her first debut album, So Blue, and second album, Bittersweet. That album also was well recognized. And next thing you know, she just disappeared.
Blackball. You know, it's crazy. You know, the Tierra Marie, Blue Cantrell, who Foxy Brown, you all
Charlie
them people, you
Baltimore.
Charlie, you I got all their music in here right now. Right now. So that's what I'm saying. When people see a lot of artists show up and just don't come back no more, it's not because they don't have good music. It could be a number of things, like things that's going on right now. Why they're not showing back up? They get blackballed because they don't want to do things that people want them to do. Some people just don't want to follow, the Hollywood way to go. Some people want to go left, they don't want to go right. Some people want to turn the corner, some people want to walk straight. They could do that. They have every right to do that. But then why take their livelihood away from them, because they don't want to do what you want to do. Why? Because it's about the power. Because you feel you're powerful. So you're taking somebody's whole livelihood away from them to support their families and stuff. And I don't know how you can see that one day that's going to come back to you. It's just the way the world works. It's going to come back to you one day or another. It could be a matter of time. It could take years. It could take decades, but it will return back. And I think that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing it's coming out in droves. Okay.
And that's what's called karma.
Absolutely.
You know karma, you can't defeat karma. You know what I'm saying? If karma coming for you, she coming for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now with Jay, I'm gonna sit here and let you finish that out before we hit his buddy, the other Sean.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk a little bit about, I don't know if anybody, I want to talk a little bit about these kids, these kids, these Jay-Z kids.
Oh no.
So I want to talk about a couple of these kids that probably feel you don't even know about, but because they haven't been worldwide on the internet like these recent kids. So I want to talk about this alleged kid of Jay-Z. Jay-Z paid allegedly Jasmine Cashmere $2.5 million to get rid of her baby. And they even made a public announcement about it, stating that she wasn't pregnant, but she ended up keeping the baby in the 2.5 million. Allegedly.
A nigga just giving that away, right?
Yeah, well, I guess he felt he needed to give out 2.5.
Okay. All right.
But she ended up they made a public announcement, and she said she wasn't pregnant, but she ended up keeping that baby.
You know something? I'd have said the same thing for 2.5.
Absolutely. And then I'll just go to another country and parlay there, for a couple. I got some money. I could just parlay there and fly you out if I want to see whoever. I could fly you there, you know what I mean? Then I come back in a minute, and move to a whole different state, But I'd have took that 2.5. I'm with you on that. And then, so then it was another alleged child that Jay Z allegedly had a baby with a Trinidadian model by the name of Chanel Scott. And in 2002, Chanel she was already in an actual relationship. So she was in a relationship with another man. But so basically Jay Z was like her side dude, and she got pregnant. So when she got pregnant, she thought it was her man's child, but as the child grew up, the men said, "Wait a minute, this child didn't look like him." So she went to allegedly to Jay Z and asked for a paternity test, and he took the test, and he was the dad. And Jay Z allegedly brought her home in Trinidad, a very nice home in Trinidad, and gave her $1 million. Now I'm saying allegedly, but actually you could Google this stuff that I'm talking about. So I'm saying allegedly, but you could Google it. I researched it. So, and these are two people. So there we have Jasmine Cashmere that probably a lot of people didn't hear about. She's the one for the two that got the 2.5 million, and so, allegedly they made an announcement, they made a public announcement saying that she wasn't pregnant, but she ended up keeping the baby, and the 2.5 allegedly she kept that too. Then we had what was it, Chanel Scott? No, yeah, Chanel Scott, Trinidadian model that he ended up buying a house in Trinidad and giving her $1 million. That's two. And then, of course, we move on to everybody know of Letitia Mazier. I think she's about 33 now. And if it is his child, she would be allegedly Jay-Z's oldest daughter. And, she's from Cambridge, Maryland. And Jay-Z dated her mom, Lisa, and proposed to her at one time. Lisa turned him down. And now most people know Jay-Z. Most people know Jay-Z was a hustler. So Jay-Z used to hustle from, New York to Maryland, and I'm sure some other states that he was hustling to back in the day, because he was very busy back then. And then and he would go there with his boys, and he met wait a minute, and Lisa met Jay-Z through her sister. Her sister Terry Turner introduced them, and then they all used to hang out together at her house, drinking, smoking, etc. All of them were very, they were very good friends. But once Lisa discovered she was she was proposed to, and she turned Jay-Z down. Jay-Z stopped coming around, but then that's when she found out she was pregnant. But once she told Jay-Z she was pregnant, she never saw him again. And then from there on, Letitia was raised by her stepfather and her mother, Lisa. But then her stepfather died, and that's when she wanted to actually find out she knew who her biological father was. She wanted to find him. So she started searching for Jay-Z at that time, but through social media mainly, because she didn't know where to find him. And she wasn't getting any response from him. So she turned to her aunt Terry, who used to hang out, with him, and her aunt Lisa. So Terry tried to contact Jay through Rockefeller. That's the only way she knew. But when she would call up there, the guy that answered the phone, she said it would always tell her that, how many people call up here and say they pregnant for Jay? You know how many people call up here and say they got a baby for Jay? And then they would hang up on her, so she would get blocked. So that's when she went to social media. And y'all can see all these videos on social media. They there with Terry Turner did her video, and also his daughter have a video is on social media saying all these things that I'm saying. But the daughter is saying at the end of the day, I don't know if it's his daughter. His alleged daughter is saying that she don't want any money from him. Her mother also is very sick with multiple sclerosis.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another reason why she's trying to, get in contact with him. And she says she don't want any money from him at all. She just want him to love her like he loved his other children. That's what she's stating. So those are it's more alleged children, but I didn't have the time, just too many of them. But them two, the Trinidadian model and the chick that was in the relationship already that thought it was I wanted to bring that to fruition because those two stories, I know a lot of people hadn't heard of those two. Now we know of the alleged oldest daughter story because that's been most recent. That one and one of the alleged sons been the most recent in the news, but those other two I haven't really saw much about. But so that's it I have on the kids. I'm kicking it back to you, Skye.
All right. I'm a touch real briefly. I'm not even gonna elaborate on it.
Okay.
These are notes that I'm gonna read off my phone about a Kathy White that's, God bless, is deceased now, but was alleged to be Jay mistress back in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
And this is from Liz Crokin. Now she said, "Hey Jay-Z, I was the reporter who talked to your alleged mistress before she died slash was murdered. I know everything. I know what you did. Go fuck yourself. Oops. Okay. Your time is coming. Maybe you and Diddy can share a prison cell together. Justice is coming." Hold up. Then she said, when Kanye West says Jay-Z has murderers, I believe he's talking about the people who killed Kathy White. And she say, it's only a matter of time before spirit cooking Jay-Z is exposed, like Diddy. There's a reason Kanye said Jay's got murderers. I would know. He's evil to the core. I pray there will be justice for Kathy White one day. The false idols will continue to fall. Mark my words. And you remember that? If I don't know if y'all remember that rant that Kanye had said, Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them at my head. You remember that?
The thing about Kanye, they could say what they want to say about Kanye, but Kanye, he be saying he's telling the truth. Now, listen, two things could be true at the same time. Someone could have, I don't know if the man have a mental problem. I don't know. I'm not a doctor and I haven't even diagnosed him. But even if a person have a mental problem, they can still tell the damn truth. Okay. So the man, a lot of things he said is true. And yes, I do remember the rant when he went on about the killers with the Jay-Z. And I do remember that. And Kanye, if you go back, if people just go back, that's another thing I want people to do while they listening to that music over again. Go back and pull up them Kanye West rants that y'all want to call it that he be on. And yeah, you could call it a rant, but listen to the truths that come out of the rants. See, it's not the rant, it's what's coming out of the rant that he's saying, and that what comes true. You understand? So yeah, that's what I support my boy Kanye. I support him getting out of Hollywood. I support him walking away for the Illuminati. I support him going independent. I support him believing in what he believes in. And I'm all for people that believe in what they believe in and not a follower. Yes, that's what I'm about. So I'm on that.
So before we switch
Kathy White
to the last topic of the night, look up from this lady whose site is Impressive, I believe it is. EMPRESSIVE, Impressive. She have all these documents from a Liz Liz. Let me get her name correct so you can pull her up.
Well, I know all about Kathy White. When she died, before she died, and all her relationship with Jay, things they said about her death.
They got them in the audience at a club. You know what I'm saying? So he knew her. And Liz is Liz, last name Crokin. Crokin. Award-winning author, journalist, and producer. Yeah. So check out her information. And now we're about to finish up with your boy Diddy. Same way we finished up the last episode with Jay.
Let's go. You go ahead and kick that off. I'm gonna let you kick off your boy Diddy. That's your boy.
That my nigga. That nigga like touching men's. Okay, let's talk about. I don't know if you heard about Exhibit. Yeah, you caught that one? Yeah. Where he sat here and alleged that Diddy said to him, watch that lady friend you got. You know what I'm saying? She like taking pictures of dudes
that put fingers in the butt. So and the lady was Superhead.
Absolutely. So she's sitting here like, I'll tell you about it. You know what I'm saying? Now they go to a club later. Remind you, Diddy had already asked, you want to go to a club later? And he's like, all right. So now Superhead get the opportunity to point out why he said that. Look at that corner. And these niggas making out. And then in the other corner, nigga walks around half naked. And that's when Exhibit said that was the first and last time I hung out with Diddy.
Exhibit said, I just left. Nobody ain't even know. I just left. Nigga was like, yo, I'm out of here. I don't need even let you know I'm leaving. That's how crazy this shit looks. Listen, I'm out. And I would have did the same thing. Listen, first of all, as usual, they tried to make it, they try to bring you in like nothing's going on. Right. So they entered in that VIP area where it was nobody there, but it was just a room for the VIP. But it wasn't until Superhead wanted to let him know what was going on. That's what she did. And they said they went to go get a drink downstairs. And when they went downstairs to get that drink, that's when Superhead said, wait a minute, look over there. No, look over there too. And Zimmy said, hell the fuck no, I'm out of here. Like, I'm out of here like Belvedere. I'm out. And he left and he said, I think he said he haven't talked to him since, right?
Absolutely. That's what
Mm-hmm.
exactly what he said.
Yo, that's why I said this. It's weird, man. You know, where smoke is fire. It's too many stories, the same story. Now we're getting stories about different. These people are freaky. I mean, they just freaky. And they take freaky beyond measures. You know what I mean? Now I understand about getting a little freaky. But goddamn, I mean, like this stuff is this is exploiting. They exploiting people and they're grooming people and they're blackballing people and they're sexually essaying people and they're threatening people and they're, you know, all these, they're recording people. I'm gonna move into that, but go ahead.
Well,
With the fingers. So I think when I say Diddy, it will go like this. Do 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 do. Oh no.
yeah, you go with that dude. I started off.
Okay. So yeah, I want to talk about this lady. Okay, so we know by the Rodney Jones Jr. that case have opened up a can of worms, not like no other. It has opened up worms, you know, like everybody that was mentioned in the lawsuit. Yes, they didn't get their names, but we all came up with who we thought they were. You know, the Meek Mill, the Usher, the Chris Brown, and we already know Stevie J was actually mentioned by name. Young Miami was mentioned by name, and her cousin, we don't have a name for her. Um, since this lawsuit came out, this has it has blown up to something that I don't think everybody see what's coming. And it goes back to that other video that we did. I think it was last year. I don't know what month, when I said about the alleged RICO charges that was coming down, you know, from the Southern District of New York that I said a lot of people didn't know about. And that's why he had changed his lawyers. And yes, he did change his lawyers. And that's the reason why. Now, in that particular lawsuit, you know, Rodney states in the lawsuit that, you know, Diddy told him that he was the one who pow up the club in New York and who actually pow the well, he didn't say he pow her, that particular woman, but he pow the club in New York in 1999. So I'm gonna say about 10 days ago, a lady by the name of Natanya Rubin made a TikTok video stating she is the woman who was pow in the face at the club in New York. And Miss Rubin states that she saw Diddy herself do it. She says she saw Diddy do it himself, and she was pow with a 9 millimeter hollow point pow. Some of the fragments actually went in of the bullet went into her lung, and when she was getting ready to have surgery, she told the surgeon, you know, before they gave her surgery, that it was Diddy who actually powed her. And she said ever since then, she's been telling everybody that. And actually, the surgeon actually testified in you know, the case against Diddy. The surgeon testified that she told him that before she had her surgery. And she said that Diddy paid off the doctors, I mean, not the doctor, that Diddy paid off the lawyers, the bouncer, and the other people that were in that club that night. So the video footage wouldn't get out. And for years, for 24 years, she has been harassed by him for 24 years. She stated that she had a BMW, and she said between 2017 and 2018, one tire on her BMW, just that one tire was slit 7 times on that BMW. And so she says she's been being harassed ever since. So she sued him. She was actually the first one to win a civil lawsuit against Diddy, and she won for an undisclosed amount. But she was the first one, I believe, she was the first one to win a civil lawsuit against Diddy. So she already won her civil lawsuit. They already had the trial. So what she's here for right now is to testify in Rodney Jones Jr.'s case if it ever go to court. Yep.
Well, anything else you got on that boy? Because you got to remember, we spewed out a lot on him that first show. We only had a little corner on Jay.
No, but go ahead. What you got?
Let's see. All right. Okay. One thing I noticed after we was done with this segment, you see how I'm not going to say Diddy put them up to it, but do you see how the next day after Lil Rob case was put out there, you had 2 women come and say, "Oh, that's me in the video. I'm well over, adult age." You know what I'm saying? Like, and some of the shots, them things was so like red light special type shit. You can't even make out who it is. And we all know Diddy have a lot of parties. How you know what party, who's who? You understand? I mean, that anybody can say, no, that was incredible. What you think on that?
Well, that was Sean Harley. That's her tactics. That's what she does. She did that. She tried to do that when she was hired to be the short time she was Tory Lane's civil attorney. So those are her tactics. Anybody with a common sense knew that was a lie because, like you just said, you have a lot of parties. How do you even know which party it was? How do you know who it was in the picture? Because nobody could see the person's face. So I don't even know how you would know it was you. And it's got the damn Illuminati red shit going on in the room. Everybody red and nobody's face is being shown. So 2 things. How do you know which party it was? Because they have those at multiple parties, the red light special. And then secondly, if nobody's face was shown, how do you know it was you? So that wasn't even credible to begin with. Sean Hawley was just trying to throw that out there to try to basically discredit, Rodney Jones, what he was saying in his lawsuit about those. Because remember, that picture is in the lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
See, that they have that picture, that red light special party in the lawsuit. It's a picture there. I don't think people understand this lawsuit has videos. It has text messages, a lot of text messages, videos, all these things included. And then where it say in the lawsuit, it'll say like the person, the writer, the person who's submitting this have a video of this. They have pictures. The incident that happened at the club that Rodney Jones said that he was at the club when, Diddy and his son went in that bathroom.
At the
Justin
recording studio.
at the recording studio. It's a picture in there with the blood on the floor. It's a picture. These pictures are in the actual documents. I got the case number for those who want that case number. Give me a second. I got the case number for y'all. Gotta look in my notes and find it because I jotted it down. But I do have that case number in case you want to pull up those documents. I just gotta remember where I wrote it because I'm always writing stuff because I'm just nosy like that. And I just go around writing stuff. Like I just do that. I don't need. Oh gosh, y'all. I'm gonna have to give it to you.
It's not considered nosy no more. It's
right. It's public, so it's really not.
Right.
It's really not.
You hear me? Once Facebook came out, it never was nosy. Nosy was disavowed after that.
Okay, I got it, guys. The case number. This is Rodney Jones Jr. Against Sean Combs. Case number 24-1457. Case number 24-1457. That's the Rodney Jones Jr. case against Sean Combs. And that's in the Southern District of New York Federal Court. It's out there. It's public knowledge. You can pull it up. You can read the documents. It is very intriguing. It's a lot of information. It goes into a lot of details. Very detailed. He has a lot of people in it. Again, I'm gonna say something. I want to say something before we move on. I don't know. I don't want to say yay or nay on this thing right here, but I'm starting to feel. I'm starting to feel that Young Miami might be one of his victims. I don't know. I don't know yet. I said I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. Because think about this. Yes, she was getting money from him. We already know she was getting a damn salary. That wasn't money. That was a damn salary. Okay. Corporate salary from that. She was getting that money. I ain't even hating on her age. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even hating on her. She was getting that corporate salary. But what I'm saying to you is Cassie was getting money too and living a lifestyle, right? Then you had Kim Porter, same thing, was getting money, living a lifestyle. But he was doing what he was doing to them. He was SAing them. He was doing all these things to those two women. So what would make Young Miami? I just started thinking about this the other day, and I don't even know if I'm right or wrong. That's why I said I'm on the fence at this moment. But it got me to thinking that if he did that to the women prior to her, and they reap the benefits too, as well as she her game was just a little better, and she got more money for it. But what I'm saying is, what would make her different? That she wasn't used to essay, that she wasn't used, to do the same thing that was happening. Maybe we already know the length of time wasn't the same. We already know the time wasn't the same because he was with Cassie much longer. And I think how long Young Miami and Puff dealt, like 2-3 years, about two, whatever it was. What I'm saying is, if you look back on this relationship, she was with the City Girls, right? Mm-hmm. What he did, he broke that relationship up with her and her group, the City Girls, which she was actually making her money from that group. They were a group. They were making money. He broke them up, took money out their mouths because it broke up the group, basically alienating. That's where it starts, right? Alienating her from that group. Then it comes to alienating you from your friends and family and so on and so forth. So I'm just saying it's a possibility that she could be a victim also. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying she is. I said it's a possibility that she could be, even though she was getting the money. But all of them was getting money. So we're going to blame it on one. We got to blame it on the other. All of them was getting the money. So we can't say, oh, she was getting paid. No, she just got paid better. She just knew her. I don't want to say her worth. I'm just saying she just got paid more money. You know what I'm saying? Her bag was just bigger because it's a different time in the day, different time of the day. You know, and he could afford to pay her that much money this time of the day. But I'm just putting it out there. I'll come to a conclusion one way or another in another video, because I have to marinate on it. But I had to start considering it because she is a young lady. She is in her young 20s, and she was easy to be manipulated. And money. Yeah, it could be about the money, but what I'm saying is it's a possibility this young lady could be a victim of his also. But I'm gonna hold that thought because I want to hear more that's gonna come out in the coming days before I make the conclusion on that.
In the coming days, it's gonna be more because the dumb Diddy don't stop.
Don't stop, won't stop, won't stop, won't stop, can't stop, boom, boom, can't stop, won't stop.
At least he didn't lie about that.
Huh?
At least he didn't lie about that. Because we won't stop. He ain't lie.
Take that, take that, take that, take that. Pause. 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 Take that. Pause. Oh my goodness. I tell you, my boy Diddy. I don't know I don't know. Guy, you in the
my commentary, I'm good with, you know what I'm saying? If you got more to take us home, take us home. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I want to talk about another thing. I want to talk about one of Cassie's best friends. Everybody probably know about this, but one of Cassie's best friends, Tiffany Red, she did an Instagram video, and she was saying that she's suing Diddy, Bad Boy Records, Interscope, and Epic Records for torturous interference in her lawsuit. She states that all her work she did with Cassie and others was basically derailed. And Ms. Red said that her work was derailed since 2015. She recently had an interview on NBC with Chloe explaining everything that happened to her in the past and what is actually going on currently. Ms. Red says she is currently in hiding in fear of her life. She stated she wanted people to know that she's not in LA or New York, because I think she said that because that's where they probably would be looking for her. And she wanted them let them know she ain't even there, so don't bother. And then she said the reason why she haven't been outside when I say outside, if people don't know, that mean out in the streets. She haven't been outside, meaning out in the street. She haven't been out in the street moving around, is because of her safety, and she's trying to protect her family, her team, and herself. And she said that she's emotional. She was emotional when she made this statement on Instagram, and she was crying, and she went into admitting that she was actually having S thoughts. She had S thoughts in the past, and she's currently having S thoughts now over the situation. And so that's what's going on. And she says the reason why she feel like she have that many of her songs that she wrote never came to fruition is because she didn't want to lay on her back or get on her knees. That's what she stated. So,
and
enough.
she also have issues through the Beehive because she been coming at Beyonce also on, you know, records she wrote that she, you know what I mean? So
that she used.
She's making big enemies. But
Yeah,
I ain't knocking her for speaking out. You
that's
know
her
what I'm saying?
truth. That's her truth. You know what I'm saying? Just like everybody else, they making enemies too when they come forward with lawsuits. A lawsuit is a lawsuit. So everybody gonna be an enemy. But if it's your truth and someone actually did something to harm you and cause you harm, or what did she call it? Torturous. I looked it up. It's torturous. What is called? Because I had never heard of it before. So I actually, when I don't know something, I just look torturous interference. And if I'm remembering correctly, it's like when you have a contract with someone to do business with them and you complete your business with them, but they interfere in some type of way where you don't get your money from it. They derail your business, like you never get paid, but you actually did the business. Like if you look her name up, you'll see many artists that she's actually worked with. She's got a Grammy. So she's made music for other people, but it's a lot of her music she did with Cassie over the years. Because remember, Cassie had a 10-album deal, which I don't even know. She didn't know no better, but that's part of Diddy thing.
Yeah,
you're gonna make all this money with a 10 damn album. I don't know who would sign a 10-album deal with anybody. I don't care. You might be a 10-album deal.
That's what the Locks did.
Yeah, and that's why they don't have their money now. So anyway,
all the jokes, ain't you?
No, what I'm saying is now listen. Due to this following, due to this thing that's going on. Okay, I might have to save that because I'd like to bring my proof. Universal Music, right, is involved with this lawsuit. Okay. Now remember, Universal Music took all their music, they artist music, or whoever don't know, they took all their artist music off of TikTok, which caused all these artists to lose a lot of money because their music could be right now streaming on TikTok, but Universal Music took their music off of there, so they losing a lot of money. Now, they in a contract, right? They got a contractual agreement. Now, if they could find a morality clause under this lawsuit with Diddy, right? So when I say that, I'm saying if they could find that Universal gave him any monies that was used for any parties, right, that had drugs, any parties that had the F-offs, any parties, anything to that nature that's connected to that. And those monies was used for that. It would be something like the Fannie Willis, the DA and the prosecutor thing, right? Trying to connect that money. It's the same thing. It's a morality clause. Every contract has a morality clause. So if they say the Locks or whoever's under Universal could point out, if they could, because they have to tell them, if they went to that office and they say in that, or I know because I do business, if you go to that office and you go in and you say, hey, I feel like it was a morality breach in the contract because this is what Diddy did. And if he did this and you paid him these monies and those monies went towards this, then that's a breach of contract. And guess what? They would be able to actually get out their contract. That's real talk. So that's why I'm saying that. So this whole lawsuit thing with the Rodney Jr. has opened up, like, a lot of cans of, if people be thinking, if they know, I don't know, they all, everybody's grown now. They in their 40s and 50s from back in the day. So if that, at this point, if y'all didn't think about the morality clause in the contract, I don't know, you probably never hear me from a can, you don't know me from a can of paint, but I'm just letting you know, if that's always in a contract. So being that that's in your contract, you could actually go to that office and demand certain paperwork, because you have a contract with them, and they will have to actually show you that paperwork. Okay. And if they have did any of those things that I just said, the monies have participated in any of those things, you actually could get out your contract with them, and then you could actually move on to another label. Period.
You've been told.
So there's that. And that's it. That's all I got.
Okay, people. We gave y'all a good one. We had a lot to say today. So, I'm your boy Ski.
And I'm Sugar.
Till next time. I think we're gonna come next time with some things outside of how can I say celebrity. We always said we would do personal things, and there's a lot of personal conversations that we need to have with y'all. So, with that being said, please subscribe, like our channel, find us on not Facebook yet. We still working on Facebook, but we on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Follow us, enjoy us. We enjoy delivering all this knowledge to y'all. So till next time, Ski Sugar signing out.